What's up, guys? It's Logan Brown here, and tonight I am looking. Hey, sorry, I got dogs under my feet. So tonight I'm looking at a website called it's for a plumber, and basically what I'm doing is I'm just going to go through it and point out the things that I like about it and the things that I would change. Because ultimately, you can have a nice looking site, and in the plumbing industry, uh, a lot of them are very outdated if they even have one. So if just right off the bat here, I like that this company has a website, CaliforniaPlumbingSD.com. First impressions, I like the logo. I think it's kind of cool. And obviously California plumbing. So they're playing on the whole keywords. And I'm going to I sort of expect they're going to be pretty heavy on keywords here. And I'm just going to run through it. Right off the bat here, I can see that we have some good branding here in the heading. Looks like the colors are all on here. They have the same um, fonts in the top on the menu as they do here in the hero image. Schedule an appointment. Okay, that might be okay. I wonder how that actually gets used and the type of customers that they get from that. So I'm just going to start scrolling. California Plumbing, San Diego's best plumbing company, whether you're having plumbing trouble or at home. All right. Okay, so just some very generic text here. The spacing just all right in the middle, one column. I kind of feel like I'd want to check this thing out also on my phone because I'm guessing if I'm having plumbing issues, I'm probably getting ready to call somebody and I'm looking for a number. So I'd probably like to see up here in the header instead of contact us, probably a number. And I wonder, like I said, I'll probably need to pull this up on the phone to see really how it works because let's face it, everybody's using phone anyway. Sewer drain repair, water heater, and plumbing. Okay, so regular plumbing, water heater. Okay, I'm not really getting too much information here. I feel like they're really just like lacking on content. Here's a contact form. I don't know what this is for. I guess just to like say hi. And then, okay, we got some testimonials down here from Yelp. Okay, more Yelp reviews. People love us on Yelp. I see that in the bottom corner that this does in fact link to Yelp, so that's a good sign. So many times there's these like icons on here and they're not planning to actually use them. So I like seeing that. That's good. We have some locations here. Um, there's mixed reasons why people do that. It's not really so much for the people looking at it as it used to be something that was employed for SEO. Well, that's kind of something that they're getting away from, just like throwing a whole bunch of keywords and stuffing in there, which is actually what they call it. Um, you'd want to see something like National City Plumbing or Bonita sewer drain repair, something like that. What is actually how you used to be able to do it. Contact us today. That's not a clickable link, so that's gonna keep people from actually using that because they have to copy it and then paste it into their phone. Plumbing.aaron@gmail.com. Okay, so I'd like to see this something like Aaron at California Plumbing SD, simply because we're showing that they're professional. I think any company, especially like a local business, I mean, myself, I'm just kind of a freelancer, and I have my own little company. But the first thing I did was I got an email address. It's like $3.99 a month. Come on, guys, it's really easy. Schedule your appointments. Keep going down. All right. Out Loud Media Group. All right. So they're the ones that I'm going to charge with um, all the things I find wrong with this. Okay. So I'm going to click on schedule an appointment. Okay. So that's bad. We could not find your page. So we got ourselves a 404 page, and actually I can see up here in the URL, it's new page. So maybe they're still working on this, or there's something else here. I kind of feel like this is a template that they had, and they just filled out different pages here. And yeah, that looks like what it is. Let's see if this button, schedule your appointment today. Squarespace. Okay, yeah, so this is a template. This company just got a template. They're using Squarespace. That's okay. I think that I commend them for trying it on their own, but it says Out Loud Media Group, so I wonder what's going on with that. If Out Loud's actually just like somebody that's doing this, like maybe like a junior developer, not even a developer, like success associate or whatever you would call them these days. One of Yelp's best in San Diego. I think we could do some more branding here where we had like, if we're saying Yelp best in San Diego, it'd be good to have a badge from Yelp and have that social proof. This would also be a good place. Like I would put like 3 testimonials like right here and have them pop a 1, 2, 3, and then like a person's face, that reviewer's face, hopefully, because it's Yelp. You could probably just steal their image and put it up there and maybe contact them and be like, hey, we're going to put you on our homepage. Are you cool with that? I'd love to, keep you updated. That goes a big way with clients as well. Exceptionally dedicated customers service at competitive prices. Okay, we got some hours. So yeah, this is definitely a Squarespace template that they, started filling in on their own. I want to say that I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they're not complete with this website. So let's click over here. A lot of the things that I try to do first is I just like look at links. So looking right here, I see services, plumbing. Down in the bottom corner, it says what we do. So I'd like to see those. Let's click on it. Let's just see what's going on here. Plumbing, we got a stock image. We have our page title bar here. Could probably cut down a lot of that space and just make it like plumbing up here so that we can get a lot more information above the fold so we don't have to scroll. Then we have more other services on the left. So they do plumbing, they do water heater, they do sewer and drain repairs. So this would be an opportunity where they take and expand it. So services, like what all do? You do instead of just plumbing, you do, when you say install water heater, so we do gas water heaters, electric water heaters, tankless water heaters, list all of them out, right? That way you can have multiple different services. It's going to help. It's going to, in your URL, it'll say California Plumbing SD, water heater installation, gas water heater installation, furnace installation. We'll say sprinkler systems. Do you do anything with sprinkler systems? If you don't, we need to probably say that we don't. And probably that would be a good opportunity to partner with like a water sprinkler company. If you don't do that, you can get referrals on that way. And that would be a really awesome way for you to partner up. Schedule appointment. Okay, so this is another broken page. Have some images here. Squarespace. So they don't have a title for them. Obviously, they have a little light box and you can see it. And they're not terrible photos, actually. I've seen a lot worse. But there's definitely just like in the process. So they're starting to like that's, I don't like that photo. And toilet seat is discolored down here. Doesn't look like the caulking in the silicone looks that great. I don't know what they're trying to do with this photo. I like that. That's a cool looking shower. And if it is, like, get some lights in there, take some awesome photos. Like, this is a job that you're really proud of. Like, obviously, like, the thing that you want to do here is highlight those. Spend a little extra dough, get somebody that can take photos of this stuff and put it on your website, man, because that's going to generate revenue for you. It's going to help you get more clients. Like, just because it's a little bit of an expense and you're not going to obviously charge that to your customer. And the best thing for you to do is just learn those skills yourself. It's not that hard. You just got to get like a good camera and just be on Instagram and you'll see how to take photos. It's really easy. Here we go. I think basically what I'm seeing here is just kind of like they're starting it. This reminds me a lot of the very first website I built, which in fact was off the template, and it was for a plumbing company. And they've since changed, and they're working with a big company out of DC, and I'm in San Diego now. So it's just like a little difficult to communicate with somebody that's 3 hours ahead of you because they're already like halfway through the day when you're just getting started, especially as a creative when you work at all kinds of crazy hours. So I'm going to click on the blog. My goal to see here is that they are, again, we have another big section here. You're just wasting real estate, we're not doing anything here. I'd have on the right-hand side something that's like subscribe to our blog and get, 30% off your first annual checkup or something like that. We need a call to action. We want to get their email, right? Because we want to not have to pay for traffic to this site. We don't want to have to pay for Yelp. We don't want to have to pay for AdWords. We're going to do all of that, but the best thing that you can do is implement an email marketing strategy where you're going to send out emails like, hey, are you ready to go? Like we have, the start of the season, we're running this promotion. It's been however long since the last time we've seen you. We want to see how everything's going and offer you this. And the whole email marketing side is such an underutilized tool for small and local businesses. So just keep that in mind, guys. June 24th, so 4 days ago. So these are coming out on Mondays. It looks like 18th, vacation checklist for home plumbing. So we have some content being created here. So I like seeing that. They're putting content. I wonder if that's also the same company that built their website off of the template. Vacation checklist for your home's plumbing. It's not really a checklist. It's 1, 2, 3, but I guess you can call that checklist. I would like to see this be a little download where I could print it off and I like literally have a document checklist that I can put up on my fridge or something that's like, okay, I need to check these things. Nobody really ever uses it. I mean, there's some people that probably do, but just the fact of having that and showing that you're putting effort into that stuff, again, like it's all about, like this isn't just a billboard that collects dust or like people are forced to look at as they're driving. Again, like you don't want to be looking at billboards while you're driving either. It's not good, but you still do. But when people get to your website, they're there voluntarily. So you have to remember, like you have to treat them different. And that's one thing that is definitely lacking in the local small business industries because, these guys are working like they're actually doing the plumbing, right? Their job they haven't been trained, they haven't been educated in the website and how to do the digital marketing and all that stuff. So they have somebody like me come in and hopefully, we understand enough about the company, the industry, and we're able to position them just like I did with another client of mine. And anyway, so I'm going here, I'm looking through here. Shut off main valve, check for leaks, turn off water heater. I kind of have to squint and stop to look at this, and that's going to keep me from moving further through their website because it's forcing me to not get answers as fast as I want to see that. Okay, I think we're linking to another article here. So I like that. So obviously we have a content marketing strategy. They've been doing it for, I want to say they do one a week. This one's a little bit longer. So this one's probably 350, 400 words. So that's good. So I appreciate that they have a content marketing strategy. One would say that they could probably do better with it. I would want to ask them how it's working, what kind of traffic they're getting, where it's coming from, and how they're finding it. So how to find a hidden water leak, it seems like a good title. So they're probably getting, they might get some organic leads from here. That's good. that's not like the first thing we want to start off. Obviously, they're starting with this, so like just continue doing that. Let's go to reviews. Okay, here we go. So they just copied these from Yelp. Should probably copy their photo and put it in there. And like when you work with your customers, you should be following up with them. So there's some cool apps out there like House Call Pro, or a whole bunch of other ones. You could even use something like Pipedrive, or if you have your own CRM that you use. But really, what you want to be able to do is like build up your reputation. So I think I came across these guys because I was looking at Yelp. I'm just going to click on here and see what they have going on Yelp. 89 reviews, 5 stars. Dude, you guys need to be promoting the crap out of that. That is a huge asset for you guys. And they're going to look at your photos. You're good looking dudes. Like, I think you should be capitalizing on that. Like, you have a good smile. This guy looks like he's friendly enough, and I would assume you guys know what you're doing. Nothing here. Okay, yeah, like you guys do need to be taking more photos of you. It's a sweet van. Like, have that in your website. Show the things that you have. Talk about you a little bit. You look like a younger guy. This is from March of last year. Doing some work. Okay, so you guys are off to a good start. You obviously know that you need to have a website. You obviously know that having a presence on different channels like Yelp, I'm sure you're probably on Angie's List or Home Advisor, or at least you've been contacted by them and they've maybe sold you on some sort of advertising space. I'm going to click on here, contact us for a free estimate. That needs to be a better call to action, like get 10% off or get 30% off something, or get $60 worth of service for 30, or something like that. Have some like a really strong call to action that's going to set you above everything else, because like everybody gives a free estimate, right? I'm even giving a free estimate with this tutorial here. Aaron and his guys are the best. Like, yeah, the best thing that I could tell you with this is have a little widget that's pulling like dynamically these new reviews. That's the biggest thing here is social presence, right? So we're gonna go. I would want to have something in there where it's having a face where you can see that. You can get buy-in from your customers using some sort of app like House Call Pro, and that way you can get more reviews and juice that up. I have a buddy that's doing that for his window cleaning business. He's already got like 50 reviews on Google, right? Like that's one of the biggest things too, is like not just isolating to one platform and like I really love this platform, but testing out, because like yeah, there's gonna be platforms that you're gonna be able to get a lot more bang for your buck, and that's important to find those things. But you also have customers that are going to be on other platforms as well, and it's a matter of being able to weigh like how you use those and not overspend, but not underspend as well, because you're definitely going to be missing out on a lot of potential revenue, and you never know, like you might find something where it really hits and it doesn't take a lot to be profitable when you're marketing. Obviously you're investing somewhat in it. You have a bunch of clients on here. I'm thinking you probably advertise on here. Everybody does. And I like that you guys have a website that's clean. It looks like you are using good white space. I would attribute this probably to the theme that you're using from Squarespace. It's a good start. I need to check this thing out on my mobile phone, on my iPhone, because a lot of people, I would argue the majority of people aren't going to be on here, especially in emergency situations, right? That's your most profitable sector, like type of services for plumbing and anything like that, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, emergency services. And something that you can do here is have some sort of like warranty or loyalty program, just like everywhere else. Like there's no reason why you can't implement something like that. The more times you get these guys and gals in these homes working with you, the better your offer going to be, right? So that's another thing I have on that front. So real quick here, I'm just going to run through the rest of the pages. Yeah, so we have the big page title. We have some keywords here. We're not really providing much information, so this is a good base website. I see that you're trying. That's the first thing I like about this, and I would accredit that to you being on the younger side, Aaron, because you know that you need a website and you know that there's other things out there. I'm also going to say that because you're using something like Squarespace, and then there's this Out Loud Media Group that maybe they're creating your blog, because I really hope they didn't give you this thing and charged you for it, because you could do this in less than a day, especially if we're recording your audio and transcribing. You wouldn't believe, like, that was the old way. That's like how I first got started, is like, obviously, like, transcribing is so much easier than having you, the business owner, sit down and try and write this stuff out. Because if you could do that, like, you would do that. But you could talk about this stuff all day long. You can talk about this for years to come, and you will. And it's important to be able to capture that in the most effective way possible. And I find, for me, I'm not an extremely fast typer. I'm not somebody who writes 3,000 words a day yet. But, dude, you can get so much information. Like, look at a podcast. If you were to, like, see how many words are in a, like, let's say anywhere, we'll say like a 45-minute podcast, it's probably an entire book, right? Like, at least a 200-page book. So you got to think about it. Like, you're starting off on a good foot here. I appreciate that you have some branding going on, that you have continuity between your pages. You still have some things that you need to change, like sewer drain repair, and it says up here projects. Projects, I would expect this to be more of a portfolio where I could filter through, like, the type of project, see where it was at, have something, further detailing, like, the actual projects, not a service. So it falls under services, but up here it says projects, and that's simple. You can go in there and change that really quickly, and that would be, obviously, that's like something that you're adding to over time. It's similar to your blog, your projects. You should be taking photos of all this stuff anyway. Like, I'm pretty sure your clients, for one, it feels good if you're like, I want to showcase this work in your house, because, like, that makes it sound like, to them, even more valuable, and they're getting like a greater service, because look how proud you are of their work and you want to show it off. There's going to be some people that, like, obviously you're probably not going to be able to use their names. You're not going to be able to use the address in a lot of them, for privacy's sake, especially out here in San Diego, where you might be working on multi-million-dollar homes, like, pretty frequently. Maybe not, because plumbing should be good in newer homes, but I mean, obviously there's plenty of older homes that are worth tons of money, and they need a lot of updates. So I'm not saying that you're not busy. Let's go contact us. Hopefully this works. Okay, so we do have a contact page. Contact us for service. I want to get on your email list. How do I get on your email list, guys? I want to know that if I'm signing up and I'm getting content from you, that you're going to give me also something in return, like a discount or some freebie with some sort of service, or we're going to do this one annual checkup for you on this thing, or here's some tickets to a Padres game. Like, that would be super cool and would buy you tons of publicity. You could do a raffle. You could do a sweepstakes. You could do something where you're going to give away something and have people sign up for it. They're going to give you an email address that they want to receive things at once you receive promotions, and look for that. So you don't have to worry about too much on, oh, I got to give this thing away and I got to find the money for it. Like, well, we just got you like 200 new email addresses, and we're going to have like a 14% conversion rate on that, which equates to like $4,000. That would be a lot. Well, it would just be lucrative. Okay, so all in all, California plumbing, heating, emergency service. I like where your head's at. I like where you're headed. I'm gonna guess like a year ago, maybe you didn't have a website, so this is hopefully your Launchpad website, and hopefully you're not spending a ton of money on this content because for one, they're putting together like a very short blog that you shouldn't be paying that much money for, and all this information is like everywhere. It's like this isn't hard to find or anything new. Like there's 1, 2, 3 sentences with somewhat of a clear call to action, but it's just not easy to do that. So you're very limited with your Squarespace template here. I'm not saying templates are bad, especially for like a local service provider. When I loaded your page, it loaded fairly fast. I'm on Wi-Fi, and I think I have a pretty good connection, but phones are a little bit different. It should be pretty fast because there's not much going on here. You don't really have any plugins. You're not like having your Instagram or Facebook or having like even to say a Yelp feed of some sort. What I think would be cool and an opportunity for you to do is take videos and start doing videos and showing us about you, what you're doing, and give us like some instruction and start a YouTube channel. That would be something that you're going through, talking about some problems and the things that need to be changed, and say talk about California San Diego code, because a lot of people are gonna be searching online, and I would guarantee you if your marketing company isn't advertising on YouTube in your area for like what to do in a emergency plumbing situation or something, name any one of these blogs that you have here, and you could turn that into a short video, or I'm sure you'll find a video on YouTube where you can advertise your services and link back to California Plumbing, because YouTube right now is the cheapest thing for you to do. Like Facebook was good a year ago, and since then they've increased their prices so many different times, and it's been really expensive. They're making you do similar things like Facebook lead ads, which actually might be something that you want to look into. But they're just like forcing marketers to like only focus on the things that they want them to do. So it's starting to reach maturity. So you gotta start looking for other ways. You're doing content. That's, I want to say, at least the best momentum that you have going with this website. But I would say to take it to another level, to really have this be something where your clients start referring people to your website, and your website is just really making you a lot of money, that you need to be capturing, for one, traffic. You need to have something here where it's like sign up and get 30% off or something like that, or have some sort of e-commerce deal that okay, my background, for those of you who don't know, is I was a Angie's List, a big deal sales representative. So or e-commerce, we changed the name, whatever, so many different times. But essentially what I did was Groupons for Angie's List. And I made people so much money, and I saw so many service providers just not engage with their customers in a way that the customers really, really wanted, and they lost out on so much opportunity. And a lot of that was because there wasn't the continuity. Back then, that was 2013. A lot of companies didn't have websites, and they're really terrible. So this looks very much like the one that I built in 2013. It's 2018. We have everybody's on their phone, right? So I'm sure this looks decent on the phone because it's from Squarespace, but we have to be capturing that traffic, not just like driving traffic and hoping that they schedule an appointment and hoping that the button actually works. But be able to get them on an email list, put them on a newsletter, get them to like your Facebook page, be able to retarget them so that you're really maximizing the efficacy of your dollars. Because I guarantee you, if you're putting out a weekly blog like this, you should be probably paying anywhere from $300 to $500 a month for that. And if you look at that, like that is that's like it should be no less than an hour's worth of work for that little blog that was on there, and that's for somebody who knows nothing about plumbing or how to find out about it, because there's like 300 words. Like that, those are such simple blogs. Like to really be an expert in this, it's not about having a crap load of blog pieces. If you're to put out one very in-depth, very comprehensive, very relevant, pointed blog per month and say it was like 2,000 words, hell, we'll say 3,000 words. Let's go crazy, right? You have a whole month to create this thing. You write about an entire topic that's affecting a community and the ways that you've seen people really fail on different things, or you're talking about the problems in the industry. Man, that is the way that you're going to get people on your page and reading through there and being like, yes, California Plumbing, I want you guys to come out to my house, and I don't care if you're going to charge me 15% more than everybody else, because I know you're going to do a great job and you guys know your shit. That's not pun intended on there. So guys, I want to give you that as my parting piece here. On a score of 0 to 10, I'm going to give you guys, now I'm probably being generous because it's my first time rating, but I'm probably going to give you guys a 7. One, mainly because you have branding, you have a presence here, and it looks like you're doing your diligence here with Yelp. But to take it up from 7, that might be high. Like 6.5 would probably be more accurate. Yeah. To pull it up from a 6.5 to a 7.5, I need to be able to capture their lead information, right? To go from a 7.5 to an 8, I want to have landing pages that are like promoting them to take action, and I want to see everything. It's not so focused on the look of it, but more of like the functionality. So this is you got a ton of work to do ahead of you on this, but it's actually not as much as you'd think. So that's all I have for you. I know I was pretty in depth and I ripped you guys up quite a bit, but I want to just say I'm a tough critic. And when it comes to this stuff, I find like tough love is probably, that's the only thing that really gets people to take action, right? So you guys, thank you for your time watching through this entire thing. I hope to see what your thoughts are on this, and if you need any more information, if you want to know what I can do, and if you want me to review your website and your web presence and see what would take for you to up level your web presence here, shoot me an email. It's Logan at Broadmoor Marketing. That's more MOOR, not more as in give me more, but more as in like the Moors or a Moorish. Anyway, Broadmoor Marketing. I gotta get better on being an analogy with that. And I'll do it for free. I'm doing this for you, and I'm doing this for myself. But mainly, this is so that everybody else in the industry can see in advance. So, peace out. Have a great night. Talk to you later. Bye.